Okay, I have been a huge fan of Samsung's work for years now. I think that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is arguably maybe even one of my best phones that I have ever tested. But my main eSIM has stuck with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It has crazy good battery life, a good display, great performance. The 17 Pro Max is a good phone, but I think it is time to try something different. I'll tell you what, Samsung, this Galaxy Z Fold 7, oh my goodness, this guy is ridiculous. Now that Samsung had that experience with making a device that was really thin, put two of those together and you have damn near the perfect phone, which is what the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is. And this is my very first experience really using and really testing a folding phone. And I'm glad my first folding phone was the Galaxy Z Fold 7. This phone to me is absolutely bonkers. It's mind-blowing. I just remember taking this out of the box and just being awed. I haven't been this awed from a mobile device in a very long time. It's been a while. And we all know slab phones have been the thing forever, right? That's always been the smartphone way of making. There hasn't been anything like this, at least in the States. I know other brands in other countries have had devices similar to this, but here in the US, this is new, man. And I know that this has been out for a little while. I'm a little late to the party. I really wanted to experience this because I am mind blown. Especially like if you are a person who's only used an iPhone, this is going to shock you. The experience of having a phone this thin and this light that opens up to a larger display is game changing. And like I said, I've used Samsung phones a lot in the past, but I've never really made them my primary phone. I typically carry two devices, one that's a work line and then one that's a personal line. I can honestly say at this point, with me testing this, with this amazing design, amazing front cover screen, and the insanely beautiful double internal screen, I could easily make this my only phone. Just the experience of opening this device, it's wild. I've shown this to a few of my friends and they just can't believe that for one, a phone is this thin, and for two, that it can do this. It's crazy. This to me, I will have to say, is clearly the phone of the year for 2025. Yes, there are a few downfalls, and we'll get to that more in future videos. For example, how durable is this hinge going to be? This is obviously multiple generations in, with this being the Z Fold 7. So I think Samsung probably knows what they are doing at this point, but durability to me is still a question. It is splash resistant. I don't think it's fully water resistant or anything like that. I don't plan to get my phone anywhere near water. And I also noticed that the fingerprint scanner and the power button, it's kind of not mushy, but very flat with the frame. So there's occasions where I just feel like I miss the power button whenever I am trying to unlock the device and use my fingerprint scanner. So I have to get used to that. And the software is a little bit weird as well with the pixel density. I want the density to be smaller on the internal screen, but then larger on the outer screen. I haven't really figured that out yet either. But like I said, I'm still learning. I'm still playing around with it. I'm still starting to get used to using a folding phone, but I get it now, man. I get it. Whenever I had my Galaxy S25 Ultra and this first came out, it looked amazing to me, but I had no intention of trading in my Galaxy S25 Ultra to get this, but it's worth it. I can't wait to see what they do with the Z Fold 8. And I also think so far the battery, it's been good, but it hasn't been the greatest. So I'm hoping with more time and more use, the battery does get better, which I expected to. Samsung, they usually, the battery life typically does get better after a little bit of use. But yeah, those are the few things I've noticed. The camera I haven't used too much yet, but I plan to use it a lot. Like I said, I'm going to use this phone a whole lot. I am so impressed by it. But yeah, looking at this phone from an iPhone user, especially if I would have got this before the iPhone Air, Apple just seems so far behind with their technology whenever you compare Apple's hardware to Samsung's. This design, this phone overall, is a showstopper. I ended up getting it in this blue color, which I really enjoy. It is a very bold, beautiful blue, especially with all of the black accents, like the camera rings. They're like this chrome black and of course the black looking glass. I will say it is kind of weird going back to a Samsung phone that does not have an anti-reflective display. That's something that they need to bring in the Z Fold 8. Give me an anti-reflective display at the very least on the cover screen. It would be nice to have it on this internal display as well, but I get it. This isn't really glass feeling. It's kind of a plastically glass, if that makes sense. So I would understand if you can't make the internal screen anti-reflective, but at least make the outer screen anti-reflective. And I just love how this phone still has the same amazing software as my Galaxy S25 Ultra does. You still have the ability to use Good Lock, all of the AI features that Samsung offers, all of the cool camera features that Samsung offers. Speaking of the cameras really quickly, it's wild. There are so many different ways you can use the camera on this phone. So for example, you can actually take selfies with the rear facing sensors, and you can use that front display as the camera viewfinder. So I think that that's really cool. And there's just so many different ways you can use all of the screens with the cameras. It is awesome. I love that. I can't wait to play with that a lot more. Let me know in the comments down below though, what other tips and tricks and features and things have you all noticed? Jumping over to the display experience, the outer display looks awesome. It still is slimmer than normal phones, slimmer and taller. It gives me Sony Xperia vibes whenever I look at it. And the front display, it looks really good. It's very sharp. It's easy for me to one hand operate because the phone is so thin and the phone's screen is not very wide. Whenever you go in and text or write text, it feels cramped, but good at the same time. I really like that. But as soon as you open this guy up, that screen just screams excellence right in front of you. I love the way this looks. I love the way the software works with this display aspect ratio. I love how buttery smooth and consistent Samsung's UI is now. And I love the multitasking as well. I will go a lot more in depth with my experience using the multitasking and the performance and the battery life and all of that here soon whenever I get to use this phone more often. But me just using this for the very first time, I am very impressed. It's bright, it's sharp, and it's beautiful, so I have no complaints. I will say that you do have to get used to having the black borders around your videos just because of that aspect ratio. Now, I will say whenever you change it from portrait to landscape, I do think it feels like I get more screen, but it still looks way better than a normal phone no matter what. So I really love this display experience. And the speakers honestly sound pretty great as well for how thin this phone is. They, to me, clearly don't sound as good as the Galaxy S25 Ultra, but they sound really good overall. So yeah, I am very impressed. Like I said, I've only used this for a couple of days now, but this phone is just, every time I pick it up, I'm honestly mind blown. Samsung really knocked this phone out of the park. Let me know what you all think down below when it comes to the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Let me know if you have one, if you plan to pick one up, or if you just want to admire from afar, just like I have been doing for a while. And they have pretty good trade-in deals and discounts on this phone right now, which is why I picked it up. But now that I have it, it's going to be very difficult to go back to a normal phone. Very difficult. I will say that I do wish it did have the S Pen support, but I understand why they got rid of it. And I do also wish that there was some type of magnetic abilities on this phone. There's occasions where if I don't have a case, right now I've just been using this slim Pataka case, and those have magnets, which is amazing. But if I'm gonna rock this phone caseless, which I like to do quite often, I would like to have the magnet abilities. But outside of that, this phone is crazy. But yeah, let me know what you all think down below, and make sure to like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Stay tuned for more coverage on this device. I'll see you all in the next one.